Supernanny rides again, Joe Frost interview. Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Gone are the schoolma'am specs. Gone too is her signature strict updo. Can it really be that Supernanny Joe Frost, scourge of certain childcare experts, has softened? Last summer, after 6 years on the road bringing sanity to some of the most beleaguered parents in Britain and America, Joe Frost announced that she was taking a step back from her work to concentrate on her own life, maybe a boyfriend, maybe a family of her own. And yet, a year on, here she is on a May bank holiday morning in Battersea, arriving for an interview to promote 2 new projects, the second installment of her reality television series Joe Frost, Extreme Parental Guidance, and a new childcare Bible for 21st century Britain, Joe Frost's Confident Toddler Care. Mine is just the first of a bevy of appointments she has lined up for the day. Super she may be, but taking it easy and finding time for romance she is not. Frost, 40, is tanned and immaculately made up. Her long brown locks are loose, and there's no hint of the scarlet-trimmed nanny uniform, strict glasses or severe updo that became her calling cards when she first appeared on our screens in 2004 in the reality series Supernanny. As testily as someone who has perfected the art of glacier cool in the face of severest infant provocation is capable, she tells me, well, I like glasses. I do wear my hair up. To be honest with you, when you are working with children you spend most of your time with your hair up, unless you want custard in your hair or some kind of baby sick hanging off the back of your shoulder. I would say that my personality is a lot larger than a suit, but the Supernanny look was very cleverly put together, without a doubt. The covers of her most recent books portray her as soft and cuddly, with beaming infants in her arms, and this friendly, girl next door vibe, albeit a girl next door who can afford a Range Rover, has been carried over into Extreme Parental Guidance. For all the softening of her image, however, her basic message, blasted out in Supernanny, remains unchanged, as she makes clear when we talk about trying to persuade children, specifically my 3-year-old, to eat vegetables. I certainly do feel we've allowed ourselves to become not firm enough. Yeah, I would say not firm enough with being able to persevere and to continue stipulating the importance of them being able to eat the food that we know is good for them. Frost herself has no problem with stipulating, and not everyone warms to her directness. But for parents at the end of their tethers, seeking practical alternatives to the daily quarrels with their children, her no-nonsense, up-and-at-'em spirit is a welcome call to arms. Sometimes rather relentlessly on message, Frost hits me with a killer statistic from her new series: the average child spends less than 49 minutes a day doing things together with their parents. She stops dramatically. It's one of those statistics that feels shocking until you think about it. Weekends aside, I don't think my family, 2 children aged 3 and 6, wife who works full-time, spends 49 minutes a day doing things together apart from, maybe, squabbling. I put this to Frost expecting some hard love, a stint on the naughty step maybe, or an eye-level dressing down for unacceptable behavior. But Frost is mercifully conciliatory. There are millions of working parents out there just keeping their heads above water. I think the importance of being able to say to yourself, right, I'm going to be really disciplined, and actually saying, for the first 30 minutes when I get home every bit of technology is going to the side. I'm actually going to ask my children how their day was and what fun did they have today, and listen when they say, Daddy, look what I did today. I tell her that when I ask my infants how their day was, they just say, I dunno. But I think that's about the questions you ask, Frost says, looking sage. I'd turn around and say to a child, what made you laugh today? Because I believe that we remember things based on our emotions. If you think about the fondest memories, they're also connected with an emotion and how you felt at a particular time, so it's easy for us to remember those things based on that, you know. Sounds good to me. So I try it the next time I talk to my daughter. Dunno, Daddy, she says. But it would be unfair to judge Frost on one failure. After a week of watching her programs and reading her books, I implement her regime at home. And it works. Situations that usually spiral out of control are diffused and, exhausting as sticking to the program is, I feel strangely in control for the first time. There are those who take issue with Frost's approach, arguing that it threatens to squash the cheeky, creative life out of. But Frost refutes any suggestion that she's a killjoy, hell-bent upon cowing children. You need to know when to have your foot on the pedal and when to take it off. It's not a matter of controlling everything. There are times when you need to say, let's just laugh about this moment right now, because if we take everything really, really seriously, we're losing the journey of what's so fun as well. She's also been accused, not least by a fellow nanny, Gina Ford, of using children for the sake of making sensationalist television. Frost won't be drawn into a slanging match with Ford, but she stands her ground. Well, I'd like to put the record straight there, because actually, let's face it, you think a lot of reality television says it's scripted, non-scripted. People are like, what is this? Like, is it real, is it not real? People have got a little bit fuzzy about what's produced by production companies. And I stand here with utmost integrity and say what's really important to me is that these parents have challenges and issues and I am able to help them resolve those, and that is what's important to me. I think that in the industry that has led to me being known for being very difficult at times. Has she been put under pressure to tip her programs more towards the entertainment side of things? Yes, most definitely. But, for me, it's all about using television in a powerful way, understanding that you're able to help millions of people through the power of the media, being able to really educate. Well, I buy the education line, because I want to learn what I'm doing wrong and how to put it right, but, actually, how desperate would you have to be to decide that the only way to sort out your childcare problems was to paste your family all over primetime television? Surely, we as a country can find better ways to help these families. There is a breakdown, says Frost. I've been with families who say they've been asking for help for 5 years. You know, from social services or from some form of institution. The funds have been stripped left, right and center. There is certainly a need for a structure in place for parents to be able to go into an institution and to be able to ask those questions. I would love to see mobiles, you know, like the mobile library, that would turn up in different areas across Britain so that people can just pop in and ask what they want to ask of someone with experience. Will she lobby the government about it, as Jamie Oliver has over food? Yes, I hope so, she replies. But in the meantime, I need parents to know that if they are educated in the books that they can read and the shows that they can watch from myself and learn through parents who are going through the same circumstances, that they can actually take the reins themselves and go, right, what can we do now so that we feel more in control and less helpless? We can't just wait around and say, well, it's the government doing this and the government are doing that. Yes, okay, we know. But what about today? What small change can you make today that will allow you to feel better about what you're waking up and doing every day? Big society via reality television, now that's one for David Cameron to ponder. It's perhaps not surprising that Frost feels so comfortable in front of the camera. Back in her teens in the 1980s she attended drama college, but nannying quickly took over and in her early 20s she found herself looking after the children of the television producer John Lloyd, not the 9 o'clock news, Blackadder, whose friends included comedians such as Dawn French, Lenny Henry, and Rowan Atkinson. In 2003, after 15 years at the coalface, she answered an advert for auditions for Supernanny and the rest is history. Frost's own childhood seems to have been a happy one. Her father, with whom she still lives when she is in Britain, is a builder. Her mother,